everyone, welcome to Watch It Paint It. In this video, it is finally here. The Kickstarter has arrived. Now guys, this is a Zombicide 2nd edition, which I backed forever ago, probably like many of you on Kickstarter. Now, over the course of those months, I've forgotten why I backed this, and I own so many Zombicide games, it starts worrying you, do I really need another one? And then the day comes when it arrives and you're like, oh yeah, that's why I backed it, because there is so much to this game, all of those Kickstarter exclusives, everything that comes with a Kickstarter, the excitement, and then finally the arrival of the game to be that cherry on top. And then you remember why you backed it, so I'm very excited for this to have arrived finally, and start looking at why I backed it and the changes they made to 2nd edition. But anyway guys, this will be an unboxing video, so let's just have a look what's inside this box. So I noticed this recently in their games. There's this Get It Here free content. They give you a nice QR code that you can scan with your phone. You probably scan that now if you're watching the video closely enough. Hold it still if you want to check that out before it arrives. But for example, with Marvel United, that went away and got some downloadable achievements, that sort of thing. I expect some extra missions will be available here. So I mean, I like that little simple add-on, but it seems like they're going forward with it from now on. A much heavier rules manual to normal, because this looks like it's the rules and the missions in one instead of having 2 books. Not quite sure how I feel about that, because I know the rules for the other games off by heart, so we sort of don't even need that rule book out and about. But then again, all in one go keeps it nice and streamlined. So I don't actually know how much the rules have changed. I know they've simplified the process. The setup's now faster, isn't it? So you can get this game to the table more easily. To me, this looks like a fairly standard rule book by them. Full colour, lots and lots of diagrams, not too much text. So although the books are very thick, it's actually not that much to learn. And like I said, I know Zombicide off by heart, so the rules can't be that hard to memorise because I'm rubbish at board games, and yet this game I don't ever have to refer to the rules anymore. And then you find the missions at the back. How many did we get this time? Let's have a look. That's the skills, isn't it? 25 missions, is that right? That's phenomenal, isn't it? I'm sure that's way more than normal. Don't we normally get 10? Wonder why that is. Maybe they're shorter, quicker, easier missions. But nevertheless, 25 missions, the standard on the back with a targeting priority. It's very simple again now, isn't it? I'm so used to having so many expansions. This is a huge list, but standard rulebook, except now it's in one. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think to that. I think it's probably better. Only one thing on the table, maybe. And then we've presented with this sort of pizza box. So they moved to this a few years back, didn't they? I think. Let me get this off the table just so we've got a bit more space. Yeah, so they moved to this a few more years ago. Oh, this QR code's here. So this is a bit redundant, isn't it? Didn't really need that. So I like that. You can't lose it. You can always go back, because I assume they'll add to that over the years to come. They're still making Zombicide games, the older ones, aren't they? Zombicide missions, I should say. So definitely making the games, because we got one here. Where to begin? So a little quick pack of all the survivors that you're going to get in this game. I can't remember how many they've got. Are these them? So you get 12. That's a large number, isn't it? It's 12 people to choose from just in the core game, and there are all the action cards for them. While we're on the cards, let's have a look. Oh, I've not played the modern with the vehicles. I started at Rue Morgue and there were no vehicles in it, so this is new to me. The fact there's a police car and I think there's a civilian car involved, and then the zombies will be in there. So here it'll take me a second to open it, won't it? You guys know what it is. It's the Zombicide cards. Then you get these little plastic covers to put on the bottom of the survivors so you can tell which one you are. If, like myself, and you're watching this channel, you probably paint these miniatures. I've never ever needed these. I always know which one's which, and they're always painted, so it's super easy. Then you're going to get some pegs. These are slightly different to normal, aren't they? They've got this sort of texture on them, a little bit grippy. I wonder if that is just to help you grip it, or if they're supposed to look like traffic cones or something. I don't know. But these are for pegs to use on this dashboard and keep track of your skills as you progress through the game. Speaking of dashboards, we have new dashboards. It's normal, familiar stuff. You slide up your experience as you go through the game. What's different to me is, one, it's nice in red. I really like that. I'm a fan of red. If you're not familiar with that, the channel is red and black for a reason. But the dashboards look fairly similar. There's lots and lots of spaces for pegs. Let me just bring back a human card. Oh, because you're tracking the life here. Does this mean some heroes have more than 3 life? Maybe. And then skills are all just down the left now. The biggest difference I notice is there's only 3 slots here. So there's no slots for armor. That's modern Zombicide, isn't it? But there's no There's no slot for 5 items are normally in the backpack. That's what I'm used to. So only 3 by the look of it in this game. But yeah, you get 6 dashboards, so you can play 6 of you. And then we get some plain dice. So this is the only one I've backed on Kickstarter where I've only got plain dice. I'm sure it normally comes with fancy pants where the 6 and the 1 are zombies and Molotov cocktails, that sort of thing. So that's the first time. Maybe in the Kickstarter exclusives there's some fancy dice. I cannot remember, but that's just the first time I've opened this box to seeing bare, boring dice. Then we're on to let's come back to the miniatures because I will probably spin all of these at the end anyway, so you guys can all have a look. Let's just have a look at the rest of the card in the box. I will bust these open so we can actually see what we're getting. We're getting the usual, getting noise tokens. In 5 years of playing Zombicide, I have never bothered with the noise tokens. I don't know if we're missing something like that matters more, but we generally know who made the most noise, and we're always grouped together, which probably makes it super easy. Oh, and then we're getting some stuff. What is all this stuff? These must be the objectives because they're red, green, and blue. Then I don't know what these are. Some new tokens. They look like searchable crates, maybe? Ooh, I wonder if the search rules changed. Then we get the police cars. As I mentioned, I've never played with vehicles. Oh, Rumog had a helicopter, so I tell a lie. That was occasionally in it. But I've not played with cars. I expect it works in the same, except you can't fly all over. These are the spawn tiles. You've got the exits to escape. Ooh, new token. Don't know what that is for. I have to go and check the rules. Make me read the rules. All the doors. And then we are with the map tiles. Yes, we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The usual 9. So it's most 3x3 is the biggest map. Let's have a quick glance at some of them. The artwork looks nice, right? I can tell where everything is, and you can tell where doorways are and where entire rooms are. I found that with the fantasy version of Zombicide, the artwork was nice, don't get me wrong, really enjoyed all the map tiles, but I couldn't always tell where rooms started and ended and if the doors were there and where each tiles, even on the streets, like these are super easy to tell. They're marked out by these zebra crossings. I don't know what they are in America, but they look like UK zebra crossings. Yeah, these maps are nice, they're clear, it's obvious where your line of sights and your rooms are. What's this say? Vande? 93 versus zombies? Don't know. Somebody let me know what that says in the comments. I can't see through the camera. And yeah, these are looking nice. They feel good as well. Weird. I'm sure they must always feel like this, but none of them are bent or anything like that. So no humidity issues. So we're on to the most exciting and most important part, the plastic. Now this is you don't care about that. Now this plastic is what we're talking about. Let's have a look at a couple. Need to block out the light, don't I? Oh, it's so bright so you guys can see, and then harder to see the miniatures. These are looking nice. They're bigger than they used to be, aren't they? Slightly bigger anyway. I just realised why when I picked them up I felt like the size hadn't changed and they were still super small and tiny, but these are all kids, aren't they? These are little kid miniatures and these are the adults. That's why they are bigger than I'm used to, I think. I'm pretty sure they've upped the scale there in Zombicide, but these looked so small when I picked them up because they're children. Unless I'm imagining that, but I'm sure they are. So let's have a look at a couple close up. The detail-wise is nice. I'm sure they're slightly bigger, but somebody let me know if I'm just imagining that. And yeah, the quality-wise looks quite nice. Not too much to clean up, is there? Just the standard, what you expect from CMON. They were already pretty good, and I think they're getting better and better now. So let's have a look at a couple of the zombies. Oh, let's have a look. Just while we were looking at the survivors, I just mentioned, if you guys haven't seen, I've already done a tutorial on painting up Phil. Now this came with the Army Painter paint set for the game, and this was a fairly quick paint job, but this is the sort of thing you can achieve with very little skill and a decent paint set. So I'll more than likely be adding tutorials for many of the miniatures in this game. Let us know in the comments below what you would like to see painted. Let's have a look at a couple of the zombies, but as I mentioned, I'll just spin these at the end so you guys can look at it in decent lighting and see what you think. Ooh. Are these the abominations? You get 4 different abominations in this game. I just cannot remember what the differences was with this, but look, 4 entirely different sculpts of what I can only imagine is the abomination because they're so big. And that does lead me to remember one of the biggest benefits or changes to this game is I do think they simplified the setup, but they've changed all the sculpts, haven't they? Now there are only 4 of each sculpt. In previous Zombicides, I believe everyone I've got, at least, there's 7 of each sculpt. So there's not that many unique sculpts. And what they've gone and done in this one is just giving you 4 of each. So this is 4 of one runner, 4 of another. I think these might all be runners. I can't, is that a runner? Maybe, can't quite tell. But yes, runner, 4 of each sculpt nevertheless. So it's a bit less hoardy, it's a bit less boring. There's still going to be big hordes of zombies on the game, don't get me wrong, but less batch painting of the exact same miniatures for us painters. And then finally, let's just have a look at these ones in the back. So you should see them all in one go. But yeah, I'll just go and spin them now and put them up in batches so you're not here for the next 5 weeks, but hopefully you can have a look at the quality on the spin. But guys, that's it. That is a lot of plastic, isn't it? And look how many, it's really, really different to me anyway. I think seeing all of the different unique sculpts now is so different, so exciting. Look at that, that text is going to be painful to paint, isn't it? But at least it's there. It's detail that you just have to paint on top of a bit of dry brushing, something like that. Pop it all out, but what a great looking zombie this is. This is exciting. The table's going to look so different. What's with the different coloured plastic? Anybody else notice that? There's a whole bunch that's in this dark grey and the rest in this light grey. I wonder if that's a rule difference or if they just use different plastic halfway through for some reason, something to do with a Kickstarter. Let me know in the comments below if you know why that is. Anyway guys, enjoy the spin. I'll put it up and you guys can look at each individual sculpt and all the different models that are available and try and absorb some of the detail. Let me know in the comments below if you've got this game and what you would like to see tutorialized on the channel. Thank you ever so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Few months I've wondered why I back this. I own so many Zombicide games. In fact, they're all over this video, getting in the shot. Move back, everybody, get out of my face.